Hello. We're gonna go. Showtime. Hi, my name is Mujahid. I am going to interview Prof at the Burns Unit, C2 Red Cross Hospital.
My name is Heinz Rode, and I'm one of the doctors that works in the Burns Unit for the last 35 years at the Red Cross Hospital.
Do you like working here at C2 in the Burns Unit?
I see it as a privilege to work here. You know yourself, you've been here for a very long time. The children that come here has suffered from an accident. One moment they were not burned, the next moment they are burnt, and their life is threatened. And if I can help them, it gives me great pleasure, and it's a great privilege to work with children. The only problem that we have is that once you have sustained a burn, you will always have a scar. And this is one of the major problems that we deal with, is what to do with the children with scars.
What is the biggest burn that a patient had?
The biggest burn that we got through here was a 94% body surface area burn. That's virtually your whole body has been burnt. Other children have been burnt with 85% or 70% of their bodies. And I can tell you that the results that we get in this place is as good as what they get in Europe. We have a very good team of nurses and other doctors that help us, dietitians and people from other disciplines like physiotherapy and occupational therapy to help us. So I would say if you have a burn of 70% of your body surface area, when you come into this unit, you've got a 50% chance of living.
How do you know if a patient will die or survive after the burn?
It's a very difficult question, Mujahid. I was asked to look at this very carefully. So what we do here is we admit every patient that comes to us. And then you would help the patient as much as you can. But sometimes the burn is just too big for them to survive. If they develop infection, it's a threat to their life. If they develop other complications like organ failure or things like that, it's another threat to their life. We do everything in our power to get the children to survive so that they can go back to their families and live a normal life afterwards.
When will you make the children and me better so they can go out of hospital?
Mujahid, you know yourself, you've been here for a very long time and you had a very large burn and it was wonderful to see how you were a real fighter because your life was threatened on many occasions. You know that, ne? And all of us on many occasions thought, hey, Mujahid is so sick, I wonder whether he's going to live. But you fought every day and we were so happy, and because you were so strong and you helped us, that we got you through a very difficult period.
Thank you. How did you do this here on my arm, my elbow?
You had a very deep burn, your whole skin was burnt away. And on your right arm, that is a very important arm for you, we had to remove all the dead tissue or the dead skin, and we took skin from your legs and put it on there. Now, unfortunately, the skin that we put on you is different skin. It looks different. It becomes thick and hard, and it's got that specific pattern on it. That is unfortunately going to stay with you for the rest of your life, and you'll just have to learn to live with that. But it's not infective, and it is functional, and it was necessary to save your life that you had to do that.
How do you take the skin off and put it on?
The burnt skin we cut off with a very special knife, and we cut only so much until we get skin that is not burnt. And then you can't leave that wound. You have to put the skin of the patient onto that. If you put any other people's skin on it, it's going to fall off. And we have a special machine called a dermatome that we use to take a very thin slice of your skin, and we take that skin and we make holes in it, and then we put it onto the area that we've excised. And that is how we saved your life.
You think I was a bad patient or a good patient?
I think you were both. You were a very, very good patient when your wounds were healing. But I think in that first phase, I could see that you were fighting not only to save your own life, but you're fighting with the nurses, you were fighting with the doctors. But that is just part of getting better. The other thing that was of great importance to us is to see how your mother looked after you. You've got a very, very wonderful mother, but she was strict. When you wanted to cry, your mother said, Mujahid, don't cry, this is necessary, they have to change the bandages, or you have to go to operation tomorrow. And then Mujahid will cry and scream, and then the mother will say, listen, my boy, this is for your own better. Because once everything is done, you can go home and see what you look like today. You're a beautiful, strong boy, back at school and back at work. So it was necessary for us to be sometimes strict, but you fought back. Nothing could get you under. You know, your life was threatened on many times. You developed blood infection, you developed lung infection, your organs stopped working and so on, but I think your spirit, your strong spirit got you through. And I just hope that you will never lose that fighting spirit. It's good.
Thank you very much for your time.
It was a great pleasure talking to you. And you know what gives me great pleasure is to see how well you are and how confident you are and how you're going to progress in life. This is the reward that burn surgeons get. You know, when you came in here, you had a burn that was nearly 60% of your body. And I thought, oh my goodness, it's going to be a big problem getting this child to survive. Eventually, when you survived and you got out and you come back now for this interview, it's fantastic for me to see because I know that my work was worthwhile.
Thank you very much.